Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toffee Bluecast. How you doing, Paul? You right?
Not too bad. Yeah, feels like ages since Fulham post-match.
I know, yeah.
Been one of them weeks.
All getting serious now. We wanted to, Paul. I'm just going to let you jump in now. I was going to give a shout out to. I'll let you go for it.
Yeah. So everyone heard about the sad news at the start of this week at Bramley Moor dock and the work on the stadium, where unfortunately we lost one of our fellow Evertonians in a situation which shocked everybody and was incredibly sad. And everyone's rallying around the family, and we think of Michael and obviously everyone who knew him, because by all accounts he was a fantastic Evertonian, deserves our respect and our support. And there is a GoFundMe page which is set up, which is obviously for the family, and the link to that is in the description as well to this channel. So if you do click on it, just give a little bit and support the family. It already shows the amount that's already there, which is it shows how much Everton fans can really support each other, and when times actually do get tough, we do all help out. So have a little click on the link, do what you can, and all the best and support to the family. There we go.
Yeah, I've put the link in the description. You said it bang on, mate. I put the link there in the description. It's people we know from Twitter. Fran, Dave, and Jack. They always step up on moments like this, and they've done a good GoFundMe, and they set the target at 25,000. It's at 21,000, and a lot of other fans have joined in as well. Some Aston Villa fan groups and stuff like that. Yeah. They've done. Do you know what? It's absolutely amazing to see. Some things are bigger than football, and what they've done is amazing. Other fan groups have come to help Everton fans out, and it's at 21,000. And like you said it bang on, Paul. It's just literally it's below. If you can put some money in, it just allows the family and friends to just do what they've got to do. And Everton are helping them out, and we can help them out as fans as well. All fans all over. It's just sad news, and we just wanted to cover it on Toffee Bluecast because it'd be rude not to. So there we go. Description below. If you can put some money in, it's below. That's that one. Hit that description below. So, Paul, on to the Everton news.
Yeah, it's been I suppose it's been a busy week, isn't it? There's been things going on, and people that we've been interested in, and people that we've signed, or person that we've signed at least. So yeah, it was some bits good to see, and some bits have stalled a little bit. So it's just being able to pick out the good from the not so bad or bad.
Yeah, it was this Jack Harrison. We touched on it on our last episode on the channel, but it was a crazy one. I was saying it was up, down. Is he going to Aston Villa? Aston Villa pulled out. They want someone for now, and he's come to Everton. And I think after it's been said that Jack Harrison is coming to Everton, but he didn't have his video where he has his announcement and says all the things that he wants to do at Everton. So we just thought we'd drop something now. Jack Harrison has had his Everton video. We'll have a little talk on that. You in the comments, tell us what you think of Jack Harrison as well. So the first subject that we're going to hit is Jack Harrison. Then we're going to hit the crazy non-toe subject. And then we're just going to have a little roundup of what we want to happen. And before we have this Aston Villa pre-match. So we'd just like to drop something to keep you up to date, because we know you all like the transfer windows. So on Jack Harrison, right, Paul?
Yeah.
He's come out and he's done his interview. Have you listened to his interview? If you haven't, don't worry.
I've read it. I've read his interview.
That's even more in depth than if you read it. You got more detail out of reading. Do you think, like, when you listened to the interview, you chose Aston Villa over us? I don't think that was the case. I don't think it was. Generally, it looks like Everton have come out and said that he was the top target, which I find interesting. Does that mean we're not getting a striker? is that was done on strikers, but they've said, I generally think that he's the top target pool because he is a proper Sean Dyche Everton player. That's the reason I think he's a top target.
Yeah, he's a skillful lad, can play in a few different positions, I think. I know primarily supposed left winger, although I can see him playing in different positions, to be honest, seeing as we've got so many left wingers or left forwards. And yeah, his stats aren't too bad. They're quite positive for Leeds. And Irazi, he's quite productive as well. An end product, which is important. Chips in with plenty of goals and a few assists as well. So I don't know about him being the number one priority. I think the comment was pretty much one of the top priorities, which I'd agree with. And I think some people have maybe jumped on it a little bit by saying, oh, why would he be the number one thing that we should be going for? I think he was just up there. But it's no different from any other season. We've got to think about choosing players, some of the best players from teams that have been relegated. That's just where we are at the moment, And to be honest, two of the best players from Leeds who went down are obviously Harrison and Nonto. So it's no surprise that they would be targets. And thankfully, we've got one of them so far.
Well, I didn't even know. I don't know if it's because of his injury that delayed everything, but I didn't know that in his contract that he could leave. Obviously, it's a loan deal. It's a loan. I think you get the option to buy him, but it's if he wants to come to us, isn't it? That's what it is. I think he's got in his clause where Harrison can leave. He's got the option where he is allowed to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't for players who are maybe a little bit older. I'm not saying he's old. I'm just mean he's not a teenager as such. I don't know whether you see them go off on loan and then come back to their original club very often. They either get sold on to another team after their loan finishes, or they end up permanent signing for that side that they've been with. So they'd be reluctant to pass him over or to pass him on to us, same as they would with Nonto as well. But again, plenty of players who have said that they want to transfer, said that they're not happy, eventually not been training with the side, and then the manager comes out and says they're training separately, they're not being in the dressing room. It's very hard to sort of come back from that. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if Nonto leaves before the end of the transfer window. Whether that's with us, you would imagine so, because we're probably the foremost team who have been in contact. But if he doesn't want to play and he wants to play in the Premiership, you can't blame him. And usually the player tends to win in these cases.
Yeah, I think. Well, I've already started to see. Obviously, we've got quite decent Twitter accounts, and I've already started to see some Leeds fans pop up and say Jack Harrison wasn't training for us, and then he's in the training pictures at Everton on the turf, and they said he didn't train for us at all, and then all of a sudden he's back on the grass. And they've turned on him a little bit. They're saying he's a sneaky whatever. That's the sort of attitude Leeds fans have got for him already. Like he's done the sly one and deliberately said his injury is longer than what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a good friend, a guy I've known for years, who's been a Leeds fan since the 60s. So he knows Leeds really well. He's not in the know. He's just a fan. But I was talking to him. We both agreed it happens anytime a player says that they want to go. You suddenly feel straight away, well, why don't you want to play for us? And it's not always a slur on the team that they're currently with. It's just, in this case, Harrison and Nonto want to play in the Premiership for obvious reasons. Nonto wants to be picked for Italy. His chances of being picked for Italy while playing in the Championship is much lower. And, same for Harrison for his career as well. Being in the Premiership is almost a be-all and end-all, because you don't have many players in the Championship playing for international sides who are maybe in that seed 1, seed 2 bracket, the top international sides. So they're well within the rights to try and push a push a deal. But whoever it's with, if it was the other way around and they were our players and they wanted to go to Leeds because Leeds are in the Premiership, we would be feeling exactly the same way. And sometimes fans can just be a little bit naive to the fact that although they love the club, they have still got a career to move on with.
Well, I think you do. I think you do think to yourself, like, you've let us go down. That's what I'd be like with some of the players. You've let us go down, so why'd you just bail on us when you put us in the Championship? That's the way those fans might feel. They might feel like that. But like you say, on the other hand, then you've got to remember that Harrison was probably I'm sure Leeds fans would have liked him the most. For me, he was one of their best players that they had going down with, and you would say Nonto's one of them as well. Those two, Harrison's one that would feel that he wants to stay in the Premier League. He can handle the Premier League easy. He scores goals in there. His stats and assists are really good in the Premier League. So he's obviously going to want to get back in the Premier League. Some will stay and probably push Leeds back up and get back in that way. But a lot don't do the Paul. A lot do just leave. And
I think it's. I think players have. It's all on the agent and how they handle PR and everything else. There's ways to leave a club. And we've seen how not to do it, and that's not always the fault of the player, the club's got to take a little bit of responsibility as well, but the PR and the agent for the player is the reason how they come across. And the whole Nonto saga has not been good at all. It's sort of a little bit like Ross Barkley when he left us, badly advised from all accounts and what seemed to be perceived from the outside. He was going to go to Chelsea for 30 million. He's advised to not go for his medical, but then not have his medical. And then we end up out of contract, don't get anything for him. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of, you can just do it the wrong way. And I think it sometimes does happen, and Nonto's at the moment is maybe going the wrong way. Harrison maybe not as much, but we'll see. We still want the two players.
I definitely want the two. On Harrison, I just last bit on his interview that I didn't say, because you always forget what you're going to say when you come on here. But on Harrison, and Nonto I'll hit a little bit as well. Harrison, he said in his interview, he watched the game. He can see loads of areas where he can affect the game, because he watched the last game that we had. He said we created loads of chances. I think he put a little hint in the interview that he thinks he can finish the chances, Paul, and that he is what we need. And he's got that more clinical edge. He goes, Everton look like to play on the wings, which we do. And he says, Harrison said, I feel like I'm a good winger. Harrison can play on left wing. He can cut in from the right and smash it with his left foot on the right wing. He can also play number 10 because his shooting and running with the ball is very good in that position. So it's cracking there. And I generally think that if we're to play fast on the counter-attack, Harrison's a cracking player. And I feel if we're to press, because he also said in his interview, Jack Harrison said that I like to work hard. It's my football mentality. I love that. It's my football mentality. I know some will just say it, but what I've watched from Harrison, he's a grafter. Bielsa's football, he had the energy up and down, and didn't stop, still grafting at 90th minute. So he's a proper workhorse. I don't think anyone's going to be saying he don't try hard. And I think when he plays, I'll tell you something, I think he's going to hit the ground running. I know he's injured and he'll take it might just be after the international break that he'll be back. But I do think when he gets in, you're not going to think about taking him out, because he's got that. He's a better finisher than what we've got on the wings. And McNeil, he's about on par with him finishing, got a cracking shot like him. But I just feel he's more energy than anyone we've got on the wings. And I'm really excited by Harrison. I can remember when Bielsa had him at Leeds. And you remember when they used to beat Man City and come back with 10 men against Man City, Leeds, and you used to think, wow, this Leeds, they just come back and come back and come back. And I used to think, I wish we had someone like Harrison down the left. This was before we had McNeil, back in the Bielsa days. I used to think, I wish we could have him. I like him. But then I thought, no, it's never going to be possible. You go down a couple of seasons, and all of a sudden this has happened. We've got Jack Harrison. So I'm, as a fan, really happy that we have got Jack Harrison, because I generally admired him a lot under Bielsa. And I generally think his football wasn't that good last season, but I think there's a player in him, and I'm quite excited by him, Paul Lyon.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of looking at his stats, overall. He's definitely both-footed. You know, he scored 21 goals while he's been playing in the Premiership. He scored 10 with his right and 11 with his left. So he's certainly two-footed. You don't see him around many free kicks and stuff, but any midfielder worth their salt has got to work hard. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of the things that you say, but at least we've got evidence from his work last year that he cares about it. He certainly works hard on the pitch and seems to give his all. So I don't think Deitch would accept anything less, particularly from someone in his position.
No, I think Deitch is a Deitch pick as well. So that I like your stats as well. You always pull out amazing stats. He's done this with his left foot. He's done this with the right foot. And I didn't know that.
But I think he's one of. I think it seems like he's one of those engines. Basically, you know, he gets a few shots in. It won't be his main focus. His main focus will be assists. I mean, he scored 5 goals and assisted 7 last season with Leeds. So, and obviously they went down. So there wasn't a lot of people scoring a lot of goals and the people making a lot of assists. So he certainly did his share. And yeah, hopefully it works out for him. I just hope that it doesn't take too long for him to get his chance in, you know, I think in the 11 at least, because he's got to push someone out. We have these players coming in. Sometimes we forget, oh, well, you've got to start dropping people. So who are you going to drop? And then that's where the decisive conversations come in, because everyone will have their own opinion at that point.
Yeah, this is where it's, but it's competition, and I think that's what we needed, because I think a lot of our wingers could have a bad game and get played again. I think now there's quite a lot of competition. Go on.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say there's lots of comments off people as well. So we've all been
drop them on, get them involved. You know, we love the comments.
Yeah, a lot of people. Obviously, we'd love a top striker come in. It just might not be something that we get done before the last day of the transfer window. Bloody hell, you know what they're like. Yeah, happy with Harrison. Wish we'd secured a striker first. Shea Adams been mentioned. Emma also says that they had a relegation clause in the contract. So apparently, though, Nonto's not one of them. So Nonto is basically, I think we've put a decent bid in of 25 plus add-ons from what I've read. If I'm wrong, or
that's the third bid, isn't it?
Is it the third bid? So really, the negotiations are going to be between Nonto and Leeds. There's only so much that we can do. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've gone on. I've just said before we did this live, and we was like, what we're going to talk about. And I was just literally, I've got other podcasts, Leeds fans, Brighton fans, all different fans from last season on channels and stuff. That I've been on a few channels as well with them, decent podcast. And I went on the Leeds one. It popped up, and he's like, "We've got Everton right where we want them. They've come in with a third bid, 25 million. And he's like, we've come in with a third bid, 25 million, 30 million. But Tottenham are interested. And I like what our owners are doing. We'll get Tottenham interested, and we'll get 35 million plus add-ons and end up getting 40 million for Nonto. And I've just thought, bloody hell, I hope you're not. Like, it's just done my head in with Nonto, because I generally did think when Nonto come out publicly and said that, well, he likes stuff of Everton, of him in Everton kits. That's what Nonto's done, first of all. It's basically saying he wants to go to Everton. He's like the Jack Harrison tweet, which Everton fans have shown. He's like that. He liked Jack Harrison coming to us. He clearly wants to come to us. He's training separate by himself. So he wants to come to Everton's move. He's training separate. All the Leeds fans are thinking, we hate Nonto. They don't like him. They want him gone. Yeah. He's got to go somewhere. You would be comfortable and say the only place that Nonto can go now is us, and Leeds are going to have to give in. The owners will have to give in. But the problem is Spurs might spark an interest, and that's what scares me. And if they do, I think we're in trouble.
Yeah,
they might.
I mean,
that's what scares me. Go on. I was just saying that's what scares me. I don't want Spurs to get. I want this to be tied down, done, because I really do want Nonto. And I know you're probably thinking we've got loads of wingers, but I love the fact, with us being so bad attacking last season, that we could go, say we do a 4-2-3-1, we could go and do Harrison, Nonto, Dan Juma and the new striker or Calvert-Lewin up front, and that changes the whole attacking force that we've got. And that excites me because you think if what we had last season wasn't working, that could bring goals. And I generally think that Nonto is another player you could play on the right, left, or number 10. So, and he's young, and I really do like Nonto. I've got a soft spot for him. I am one of the Free Willy mans, you know what I mean? Free Willy Nonto. So
we hate an injustice, don't we?
Yeah, Free Willy Nonto. I really do want him because he's a future player as well. This Jack Harrison, like you say, if he comes and he plays and he's good, we can sign him. If he isn't good, we can send him back. It's the same with Dan Juma. If he isn't good, he might not even choose to sign with us. We don't know. So we're acting like we've got loads of players. Nonto would be a cement. He would be a sign. He's our future. And that's different. That's the thing sometimes, I think, Paul. You think that you're getting Dan Juma, but he might choose someone else. If he plays well, someone else might come in for him. We've got no option to buy him. So you have to be ahead of the game. And it's the same with Harrison. He could choose someone else. Someone else could come. So don't think you've got those two players. Getting on to him as well, and he's your cemented option. But hopefully they all do well and we keep them all. But you do have to have a backup plan, don't you? That's what I feel.
Yeah, we need it. We need a little bit of luck, to be honest, because as soon as someone half decent, or we're linked with someone half decent, it's never just Everton on their own, is it? It's Everton and Aston Villa, or Everton and West Ham, or Everton and Newcastle, Everton and Spurs. It seems to be those 4 teams every time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if you're looking at it, if you're looking at it subjectively, then if Aston Villa, with their manager and their squad and players that they're coming in, they're obviously in a stronger position than we are over the last couple of years. If Villa came into Harrison and said, "Come and play for us instead," you'd have to think about it. It makes sense.
You're football, stronger team,
exactly. And the thing is that he's injured. So we can only go off what sort of we've read, and they didn't fancy it because he was injured. So he's chosen the best option for him at the moment, and thankfully that's us. Nonto, when we were linked with him, actually we didn't see lots of other teams, and certainly don't see any other teams in our kind of bracket of the Premier League bidding that much money for him either. So if we don't get Nonto, I think it's fine. I think there's other people that we can spend the money on. This amazing money that we've got again. And if we do, hopefully he repays us by taking a big chance on him.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's one of them. If I want him because he keeps popping up, I get over him, and then he pops back up, and then you think, I want him even more now. I got over the idea of not getting him, and I started looking at other wingers, but he just keeps popping up. And the fact that when we was in for Nonto and there was no rumours that he wanted to come to us, and you think, fair enough, if you don't want to come to us, that's fine. But then when you hear that Nonto does want to come to Everton, you're like, whoa, he actually wants to come to us. You think it's going to happen then. You do think it's going to happen. And I just generally would like it. It makes you happy, though, that I know people don't like to say many good things about Everton, but we've been in 2 relegation battles. We're not the biggest pull at the minute. We are Everton Football Club, and we're an incredible football club, cracking history. But I'm just saying, at the minute, our current form, we're not the biggest pull. But the fact we've managed to get Dan Juma in on he's chose us on a loan thing, it's not cost us nothing. So that's a good. Yeah. I feel that's good. We've done it with Jack Harrison as well. Like, say Villa interested, I felt a lot more would have been interested, like West Ham and a few other teams, because I could see Jack Harrison doing well at a lot of teams in the Premier League that have been doing better than us last season. So I generally do feel we've done really well to get these players in without spending bugger all at the minute. We haven't spent much at all, have we? So I feel
not
like
massive compared to what we maybe have in the past. I mean, what I'm most pleased about is probably about how long ago? It's probably about a month ago. I said on the channel, I said we give our business away or our plans away far too easily, and I know agents will talk to agents, and obviously there'll be some news and there'll be some rumours and stuff like that. But I'm glad that we've actually got some deals which have been done behind closed doors, not announcing it to the press, blah, 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 and then the price being inflated. I wanted basically a press conference and then someone walking through the doors like they used to about 30 years ago. Oh, suddenly you've signed this person. And what we've done so far with some of those players is actually as close as you can get to that, because it was pretty much like, oh, Jack Harrison, bang, on a Sunday, you know, and it was half mentioned in the past, but nothing seemed confirmed. So
I think by what you're saying, this is interesting what you're saying. I love just chatting on this channel because it brings good things out. And by what you're saying, I think when it's a rumor, it comes out. When it's like something that's not happening, you hear about it. When it's something, when it's actually a deal being done, like Jack, like you say, Nonto, loads of talk. Yeah. So you think, oh, there's loads of talk. So now if you see loads of rumors, it means it's probably not going to happen, because Nonto, loads of talk, all of a sudden, Jack Harrison, you hear nothing about it. Boom, we're signing Jack Harrison on the day. Next day, signed. I think when something's going to happen, it happens fast. It comes out, and there's not many rumors. It just gets done.
Yeah, well, I mean,
that's what it feels like from what you said as well. Then,
well, I mean, it's who gives the rumors out. Do you know what I mean? Who phones Fabrizio or whatever his name is, you know, and says, "Oh, by the way, this is happening, or this might be happening," and stuff like that. All these people, these agents, they're the ones who are creating these stories, and then the managers hear about these and think, "Oh, actually, that's a good player, isn't it? They're only putting a bid of 10 million for that. We can afford more than that. Let's get in touch with the club, get in touch with the agent and the player." Suddenly, do you know what I mean? That agent who put that rumor out in the start has got his player more choices of clubs who want him. He's up the amount that the club gets, which in turn brings up the amount that the agent would get.
Feels like that's what they're doing with Nonto. It feels like literally the agents are just playing around with him to get him on the market, get the market moving on Nonto. And it just feels like they're trying to drag it out as much as they can. Leeds will say, if we can't, I feel Leeds are saying, right, if we can't get anybody to sign Nonto, if Spurs don't show more interest in coming, or no one comes in, then we'll go with Everton on deadline day. That's what I feel like it is. I just generally think they're saying, let's just see how it unfolds, and then let's go with Everton, because we know they'll have him no matter what right at the end, because we don't control the deal, do we? That's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean,
that was out of the blue as well. That one
before, and Steve's mentioned it.
Sorry, put that back up. Sorry.
Chimiti.
Yeah, that was out of the blue as well, though, wasn't it? Chimiti, like you said.
Are we getting closer to the actual? Are we getting closer to the actual pronunciation yet?
When he scores, we'll know how to sing his name, Chimichi. I've got a feeling he's going to be good. I've watched some stuff on him. I've got a feeling on him.
Well, I hope so. I just hope he gets his chance and doesn't, you know, sort of wallow on the bench or not being picked in the squad, and then it was all for nothing, you know. The lad from Porto, where there's stuff mentioned on Twitter this evening, Porto winger Gonçalo Borges. That'll be another thing, because it wasn't just us who's linked apparently in this tweet. So it's another thing, isn't it? You know, it's a player who fancies going to the Premier League. Agent puts out a rumour, and it just goes from there, really. So it's amazing. You can tell what the original thing, the message that went out to all the agents in Europe was basically, Everton need a winger. You know, that's all they just need, a winger. So what do you get? Bloody 20 wingers. We're signing about 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think any player that's on the market in the positions that we need players is going to get mentioned for Everton, ain't it? It seems like that.
I tell you what, the message wasn't Everton need a backup centre back. There certainly wasn't a message that went out, was it?
Well, I seen today Jones, a link on Jones, Man United Jones.
I know. I hope that's a joke, to be honest. But
I can't be arsed with him. That's the worst of freaking team.
He's a United player. Has he actually been playing anywhere? Or?
I don't even know where he is. I think someone's just having us on there. I think someone's just having us on when they're thinking Jones. I think they just want to wind Everton fans up. I hope that's not true. I did see we are coming to an end now. We said we'll keep this one short. We'll hit it on about 35, so we've got a couple more minutes, and we'll keep you wanting more. I did see, by the way, Like and subscribe. I always forget to say it. There's about 20 people on. It's kept hitting 20, this has. And there's loads on Twitter as well. Get over on Twitter and just subscribe on our channel, please, because everyone else has got like 5,000 subscribers. And I know we've only started half the season and 350. We love you all. We appreciate it. But we want to keep pushing the channel. We don't, and we should, because we want more Everton fans on the channel. So like and subscribe. Like it, so it's got a few likes when we come off and views. And then share it and subscribe it. And we appreciate it so much if you do that. It costs nothing. Just do it. The channel makes nothing, so don't not do it on that behalf. Right. So that's the little shout out. I've remembered to say that. I was just going to say there was a Burnley player that there was talks. Is it Westwood or something? Not the centre midfielder.
Another one.
Burnley player, yeah. The centre midfielder is linked today. I can't remember his name. Do you know his name? Brownhill, Westwood. Trying to think of his player now. Brownhill
says Brownhill.
Yeah. Well, do you know what he pings the ball about? He does. Do you know
him? All ping a ball about, Dan. What the hell?
Not our centre midfielders. I don't think
you can ping a ball about.
I'll ping it top corner. I do, mate.
Doesn't mean that we're going to get picked.
I'll ping it top corner, off top corner joint, straight in top bins. I'll smash it in. I'll tell you something. If I was playing that last game, those 8 chances that we showed on the after match, I tell you, I would have scored all of them. I don't miss, and they shouldn't if they're getting paid 60 grand. But we'll put that right. Jamie's happier now. Jamie's in a good mood today. He's speaking loads there. Look in the comments. People in the comments get involved.
Everton, man.
Gonna freeze them. 2 seconds, people. He's had a freeze. We're coming to an end anyway now. Keep it nice. You had a freeze then. You froze for the first time ever. Oh
my God.
Your system's been good as well. Triggered the freeze.
It was the shock of Josh Brownhill. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's froze now.
I'll blame Josh Brownhill for that.
The Josh Brownhill comment must have got his system freeze there. Must say my internet doesn't drop out like that. Jamie, he's got a guest appearance. Jamie, I have had another lad ask for a guest appearance as well. And a few others as well. That's why this channel is the best, because we just let guests have an appearance on it. We just want to get them involved, get all Everton fans involved and stuff like that. But yeah, if I saw someone else, I might have him on. I've got another game show, Paul.
Have you?
Yeah, I just made it.
What's the premise of this one?
It's Everton players' faces changed into old. See if you know the player. So I've made the Everton players about 60 years old. Brilliant. And then see if you know who they are. So we'll drop that the international break. That we always try and have a little bit of fun on this channel because that's what we need to do. But yeah, we do like it serious as well. And we've done some serious updates. And Nonto will be announced very soon because I do feel that this deal will get done. I'm hearing from Alan Mears. He is over at Fitch Farm now. I will pass you through. Hold on. Let's pass it through to Alan Mears. I wish we could do that. It'd be good, wouldn't it? But yeah, I do think Nonto will get done. I hope so.
It'd be him or Vinny O'Connor.
Was that professional?
Yeah. Hey, I sent them.
Professional.
That was really good. Yeah. I felt as though that I should have.
Well, I was expecting your comment back. I thought we're going to proper take it hardcore then on the thingy.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have no microphone. I'll have to use that instead.
Yeah, that's good. Can of beer, you can't go wrong. Can of
sent me message. I sent me message about Anders Limpar as well, didn't I?
Yeah, Paul's famous. He's getting all professional footballers literally messaging him. Get him on the channel.
There was a question on Twitter about who's your favourite Scandinavian player of all time, and I put a picture of Anders Limpar and tagged him, and within about 20 minutes, Anders was on, liking the message. So we'll get Anders Limpar on. That would be good.
This is why people need to like and subscribe, because generally, imagine us getting Pienaar on the channel. He said he would want. I know he hasn't done it yet, but one day he will. He's just my friend. Pienaar will come on. And then once Pienaar comes on, Alan Meyer says he'll come on. And then we'll just get some crackers on. We'll have good live shows for you. Channel's growing all the time. But yeah, we've had the update. We don't know what's going to happen. We've just come and said what we think about Jack Harrison. We've also said what we think about the Gnonto deal. The striker, I feel, might happen late. I don't know. The transfer window. It's been this transfer window. I said it as a tweet. This transfer window has felt longer than last season. It literally feels like we've been talking about this transfer window, Paul, forever. Yeah. These deals, I've never normally. Do you know when I was younger and I was an Everton fan, I used to go from college to the library, quickly look at the computer to see on the news who Everton are signing. Done. That's it. Happy. Now it's bloody draining. I can't be arsed with it, but we have to report it.
No, hey, back in the day, we used to have like whoever we'd signed. Sometimes it'd be like 4 players in one go. They'd all have the shirts on with their scarves and stuff. Instead of this every single day, it was just like clump them all together, then get them all together for one photo shoot. None of that anymore. It's everyone to in a day.
Had a little freeze there again, Paul. We're gonna have to get Paul's system right again. We moved it last time. I think it's caused a little bit of a freeze, but we didn't have no freezers. It's just a little.
I'll blame Jamie for that one.
Yeah, we'll definitely blame Jamie. It'll probably give him time to beat you on the quizzes. That's good message by Pete there as well. We love this. Yeah. Love us doing the quizzes and stuff like that. All fantastic comments. Right, we'll let you all go. It is 9:47. Have a boss night, everyone. Like I say, hit that GoFundMe.
When
just do it. Put some money down.
Jonesy's asking about Villa. When are we going to do that Villa preview, do you reckon?
Mr. Dr. Jones, you've got me on the spot here. Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones. When should we do it? We'll have
a chat. We'll have a chat. It could be either tomorrow night or Saturday afternoon, I suppose.
Yeah, on you, Paul, on you. We normally do it the night before, don't we? So we'll do it the night before. Yeah. Cracking comment.
It's with us playing Sunday, isn't it? Sunday 2:00, by the way. We're on telly.
Saturday night, we'll do it then.
Saturday night.
I think we'll do it Saturday night. Can you do Saturday night or not?
I've got a busy social calendar, Dan. Do you know what I mean?
I know. Well, what do I normally pay you to come on? About $2,000. So I'll pay you
$2,000.
Double it.
$2,000 an episode, I think.
$4,000 I'll pay you.
All right, I'll do that.
I'll take it out of the Toffee Blue Cast minus frigging overdraft. Right. No, we'll try and do Saturday. If not, we'll do it tomorrow night. But don't worry, because I'm ready. And I'm seriously ready for this, I tell you. We can't be frigging losing against Aston Villa. I heard someone say earlier on, Aston Villa suits us more because at home, listen to this, at home, Everton, our fans want Everton to take the game. Our fans always want us at home to do more, but when we're away, we'll sit back against Villa. It suits us. Our away form was good last season. Towards the end, by the way, we'll sit back against Aston Villa. We'll let them come at us. The pressure's on them. They're at home. We'll let them come at us. That's what we don't like either. We'll let Villa come at us. And then all of a sudden, when they come at us, bang, bang, we're going to put goals in the back of the net. Right. I'm not going to say no more because get involved in that Aston Villa pre-match talk. I'm excited for it now. You just got me thinking about it. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. But yeah, we'll smash it. And Paul's motivation speeches as well. We're going to go crazy. Toffee Blue Cast, the roof's going to come off. Right. Are you excited for it as well?
Yeah. Hey, they've got their captain's out. You know, Mings is out because his leg fell off against Newcastle. So set pieces. Good chance. Whether DCL's playing or not, we don't know. But I think we can get something. We can get something.
New one there, look. I'll tell you what to do, right? Tell you what to do. Hit a like on this. Go and subscribe. Share it and tell everyone about Toffee Blue Cast. That's what you need to do. We're on about 355 subscribers now. We do a lot of stuff on this channel. We should be on about 1,000. So if you can do that and everyone else just share it wherever. Share it on Facebook. I ain't got Facebook. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter.
Go out in the street. Just shout it.
Go out and print leaflets off Toffee Blue Cast. Go and share it in the street. Get my unicorn pictures if you want. Toffee Blue Cast. Put the link on. Write it. Share it.
Yeah.
We need Toffee Blue Cast to go famous. I'll get the unicorn out if I have to again. Toff Bluecast should be on 1,000 subscribers, I tell you. My Twitter account's got, 8,000 toffees on it. Nobody can bother. Well, 350 can, but not all of them can be bothered to get over and hit the subscribe. Probably because they think we get money on the channel when we don't. Like, you probably get, like, if you hit 1,000, if you hit 1,000 subscribers, I think you probably get like £5 a month or something.
Yeah.
I pay £20 a month just for this to go live to Twitter. So I'm £20 down a month on this channel. So like and subscribe. Get on it. We are an amazing channel. And you wait until Everton win. You wait. We will sometimes, me and Paul will sometimes just chuck a guest on. Like, Everton have won. Get more reaction from guests. That's what we do. If you're a subscriber, trust me, you'll enjoy this channel. Because a lot of our subscribers ask them. Jamie in the comments has been on the quizzes. Everything Everton has been on. Rob come on, didn't he? Paul Caswell. Rob come on the other day, didn't he? Did your quiz?
Luke's been on and all. Oh,
look at that. It's not. This channel's not about us. It's literally an Everton pub. That's what it is. There you go. It's drinking. It's an Everton pub. This is, and you can drink water. Don't worry. We don't always have to drink. You can just drink water. But it's an Everton good get together. This is. So yeah, hit that like on this. Hit that subscribe. Don't make me get the unicorn out to make me go famous on Twitter to get more subscribers. Because Paul don't want to be at the side of that unicorn. If you when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll paint my whole body blue and ride down the street with the unicorn naked. That's what I'll do if we hit 1,000. So that'll probably make us not hit 1,000, won't it?
When we get to 1,000, I'll buy you a unicorn. When we get
a real one
to 1,000, I'll buy you a unicorn.
When we get to 1,000, we'll do something proper different because I'm nutcase anyway. So, like I say, if every channel's got at least 1,000 subscribers, so you get us to 1,000, and me and Paul will think of something to do. Like, subscribe. We love you all. We're gonna have to leave you now. We said we'd be 30 minutes, but we can't leave you because you're Everton fans and we love Everton fans. Up the fucking toffees. Drop the banner now. Everyone have a boss night, and we'll be here for the next match. Don't worry. If everything Everton, everything you need to know about Everton is here. Up the fucking toffees. Paul, last words.
See you, everyone. Take care.